Okay. Now guys, I'm going to show you how my small project is going to work. So allow me to share my screen. I will just make it quick. Just want to finish as soon as yesterday. So, right. So let me just visit this screen. Yeah. Let me just put myself over here. So what's gonna happen here is this project is supposed. It's a small project, very, very small. It's going to connect users of the platform, those who want to use some Ethereum for some businesses which they have, so they can just use this platform to sort of like a bank on the internet computer, where one is to put some ICP tokens as collateral in order to borrow some Ethereum, seeker ETH, which is bridged onto the internet computer network. So what's going to happen is I have created two interfaces. One, this interface for the one who is going to borrow. So this interface is for the one who is going to lend some Ethereum, right? Some ETH tokens. So let me just register this one who's going to borrow. So first we log in. Let me just try again. Let me create another identity. Create new identity. Create passkey. I think it's A. Then I'll just click next. Or just save and continue. I hope this will pass through. Yeah, it's successful. So this is the sort of like an interface, home interface. If you manage to log in, you'll be presented with this interface. So this user wants to borrow he has some SCP token, but wants to have some businesses which he has to use some Ethereum. So you will click the borrow button. If you want to borrow, he has to deposit some ICP tokens, right, in order to borrow something. So let's say he managed to deposit 1 million ICP tokens. Let me confirm. Yeah, it was million. And he managed to deposit some. Yeah. So this user, for this moment in time, he cannot borrow some ICP, some CK ETH, because no one has deposited some CK ETH, which is going to be used for lending to others. So this is when this user come into play. So I'll just log in this user. And now just try again, more options, create new, create passkey, and click next. Save and continue. Yeah, so this user is now able to it's popping. A little bit confused. Let me just go to the home page, right? He wants to borrow. He has to deposit some SCP tokens, and this one has to lend. So he has to lend some SCP tokens. He can lend 1,000, 100 CK ETH tokens. So this deposited for lending, yes, deposit this amount of this is measured in Y sort of the smallest measurement in Ethereum. This is Y. It's about 100 in some 18 zeros. So let me go to the user, and then I said this one is supposed to borrow a million. Is to set 1,000,000 ICP tokens as collateral and deposit the tokens. Now this user can now borrow, let me just say 10. Oh, let me just say 10 tokens. Let's click borrow. Yeah, so this is access. So this user, has deposited this 1 million CP tokens as collateral and borrowed 10 CK ETH for whatever business which he wants to do, right? So this page is just showing the user oh, don't worry about this many zeros. I've added 18, like just like in Ethereum, they have 18 zeros as a unit of measurement. Since on ESO, it only supports big integers, which means there's no room for commas. So I've added also 18 zeros. And I think I'll just fine tune it so that the user can just view the 1 million tokens and the 10, not these other zeros which he has to see. So now, if you go home, right? So which means this user is supposed to repay the tokens which he has borrowed. He cannot borrow again because he has some debt which he has to cover, and he cannot lend. He cannot lend anything. He's going to be led to this page. So in order, so this user must repay the amount which he borrowed, and I think I've set he has about 31 days to repay if he didn't manage to repay the token 31 days, he's going to be liquidated or his collateral is going to be taken away from him, right? So I have borrowed some 10 CK ETH, right? Let's repay the debt. Oh, there's an error. Why? Since this user has borrowed 10 CK ETH, right? So he has to return, he is charged, let's say, about 5% commission for what he has borrowed. He has borrowed 10 ETH, so which means he has to pay more than 10 ETH, 5% of 10. He has to pay more than 5% of in order for his debt to be cleared. So let me just put on 11 ETH and to see if it's going to went through. Yeah, so this user managed to clear his debt, right? So his debt is cleared. And remember, he has sent 11 ETH, which means he has sent more than what he was supposed to pay. So the remaining funds is going to be, theoretically, the remaining funds are supposed to be sent back to the wallet. But for the simplicity of this project, I didn't manage to implement that feature. So this is all what we have on this project. So if he managed to repay the debt, he can now borrow and lend. And this one, the lender will get some commission on the amount which he has put onto others to lend. So this is just my small project which I've managed to build, and here's some backend code for the project. So this is where I implemented the feature. I have set the timer, right? So this timer is supposed, so when the period is due, right, all the collateral for the user is going to be taken away from him and sent to this variable, and this date is going to be cleared. So all the collateral is going to be taken away. This is where the logic is implemented. And yes, the way we said the 31 days, where is it? Yeah, is where I said the 31 days. So this is my project. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. No.